What is up, guys? A very good morning and welcome to a new daily market outlook. So for the day ahead, we have seen major moves on the dollar index and of course other pairs, including euro dollar. So let's dive in and see what is going on. Starting off the dollar index, the dollar index has pushed down in towards the downside. And as we can see, that area of demand, which I pointed out yesterday, has not provided pretty much any reaction, which is perfectly fine. So the overall 4-hour structure is now prevailing, with our 4-hour break of structure now taking place once again over here. So now the question that you want to ask yourself, of course, is, okay, we've seen a break of structure. Now I expect a pullback, because after break of structure, we expect a pullback. Where is that pullback going to occur from? Well, it is very likely that we're now going to start moving in towards this area of 4-hour demand. That's around 105.191, with that liquidation low right above it. So for now, waiting for the dollar index to push in towards there, and then I'll start looking for a potential pullback. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Very simple on the dollar index. What I'm waiting for, still expecting further downside in towards the demand and liquidation. From there, we should start seeing a pullback. So let's just mark out this 4-hour break of structure over here and keep that in mind. Now, this is going to be your swing high. So of course, in the near future, we could start pulling back. And then we just wait for this area of supply to get hit before looking for further downside. So moving on in towards euro or Aussie dollar, excuse me, and then after we'll do euro dollar. So Aussie dollar from a daily perspective, of course, has started to pull back in towards the highs, potentially once again in towards that daily area of supply, which still, by the way, guys, has not achieved anything, meaning that this supply zone has not taken out any major low or provided us with a change of character. So just keep that in mind. But on the 4-hour, we do have this strong area of supply, which we're starting to move in towards, with this being our liquidity high right over here. So we've now had liquidity on the 4-hour taken out, and we have started to push in towards this 4-hour extreme area of supply. So yeah, we should start seeing a reaction from this area of our supply, and from there I will be looking for a potential play back in towards the downside if we do see a significant reaction. So what kind of significant reaction do I want to see? Because the 15-minute, guys, is now bullish. So overall, what I'm going to be looking for is, okay, look for that push in towards that area of 4-hour supply. Once we start pushing in towards there, we want to start looking, okay, when can we expect that for the downside movement? Because I'm not just going to start selling once we reach that area of 4-hour supply, right? No, what I'm going to be looking for is a shift in the internal structure. So what is the internal structure of Aussie dollar? Push up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up. So now this is your internal low, meaning that once we, for example, push in towards that 4-hour area of supply, this one, of course, we could also still move up higher in towards that refined one. If we refine it, for example, from the wick to the highest wick to the lowest wick. But for now, I'm just focusing on this one because this one actually achieved something. Well, then we can look on the 15-minute. Okay, the 15-minute has provided us with a break of structure, right? And 4-hour is still bearish. On the 4-hour, we're looking for further downside, but on the 15-minute, you also want to look for downside. However, the 15-minute is bullish. So what do we do when the 15-minute is bullish, but the 4-hour is providing us with further downside potential? Well, we wait for that internal structure break after a break of structure, of swing structure. Meaning that now you want to see this break of structure here, pull back, push down, trade it back down in towards discount prices over here. And then from here, you don't want to really get involved anymore because the 4-hour is telling you, okay, we're going to move down, but the 15-minute is going to tell you we're going to go up, right? At the moment, we're in 4-hour supply and we're in the 15-minute premium, meaning that there's high probability for both sides that the market is going to start heading down lower. So that is that for Aussie dollar. Yeah, just keep that in mind. Overall, from a 4-hour perspective, one more time. What was really nice, by the way, and what kind of fueled the move in towards the highs was this liquidation over here. So as you guys know, I was looking to liquidate this low because this low over here failed to take out this low. But then what happens, pretty much, we get kind of like this internal liquidation with this low. This low is trying to take out the low over here. This low takes out both lows and then reversal in towards the highs after that long period of consolidation. So yeah, nice to see that kind of like that reversal pattern playing out. But yeah, now let's see what is next, because I still think we should take out those daily and the 4-hour lows. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Moving on in towards euro dollar. So So euro dollar, guys, yeah, made a massive push in towards the highs. Overall, what I'm waiting for, or at least yesterday what I was waiting for, was potential pullback a little bit deeper, then look for long. Doesn't matter, we have now pushed higher in towards the upside. What I'll be looking for, and what I kind of pointed out, of course, was this liquidity high, and we have now pushed in towards this area of 4-hour supply. Of course, you can draw it kind of like from the entire buy before the sell-off. So yeah, we could start reacting from here. Most of the times I just draw it to the last candle, as that's most of the time where price will head in towards. But for the sake of it, we'll just draw it from the body to the highest wick, the entire buy before the sell-off. So this is a very strong area of 4-hour supply. We've now seen a 4-hour, guys, a 4-hour break of structure. Meaning this over here is now your swing low, this now over here is your swing high. We've seen a 4-hour break of structure over here on the 4-hour, and again, like I just explained, what to expect after break of structure, we expect a pullback. So for now, we'll be waiting for a pullback back in towards the downside on euro dollar, and it's likely to happen from this 4-hour area of supply. Just going in towards a daily real quick, yeah, we have some daily wicks. Of course, looking at it from a daily perspective, we could still push up higher, with the entire kind of like weekly range being from this high all the way down towards this, or excuse me, the daily range being from this high all the way down in towards this low. So preferably want to see kind of like a pullback at least in towards, let's say, 1.08 before that further downside. But that's something from the future. Let's focus on the 4-hour for now. And on the 4-hour, and from a 4-hour perspective, it does look good to start pulling back, and I'll be looking for that fresh area of demand over here before looking for upside. We have the beautiful liquidation underneath kind of like this consolidation range. So yeah, then we can look for those longs. So I am kind of looking for shorts. Why? Because we've had a 4-hour break of structure, and after 4-hour break of structure, we expect a pullback. So from the 15-minute perspective, let's wait kind of like same as on Aussie dollar. So we had this internal structure break. So this is now your swing low, this is now your swing high. So yeah, of course, we could kind of like still do this, trickle up. But what I'll be waiting for, I'm not going to go long here anymore because we've just had a 4-hour break of structure. The 15-minute is also heavily overextended. Maybe we see one more push, kind of create this ascending structure, and then start selling off. And then I'll start looking for short. So once we break this low over here, kind of get that internal structure change, then we can start looking for a short back down in towards 15-minute demand. So that's that for euro dollar. Then pound dollar. Pound dollar played out beautifully yesterday, guys. As we can clearly see, of course, took out kind of like the liquidity, which I was pointing out above all of these highs. Very nice to see now inside this supply zone. So we could kind of like see one final reaction. If we do, then looking for potential longs from this area of demand, which took out all of the liquidity. If we do not, and we just continue pushing up higher, then just wait for this daily area of supply to get hit. Yeah, that's pretty much kind of like my advice on pound dollar. Not really looking to short this, or of course we could play the potential 15-minute pullback, or the 1-hour pullback. I mainly trade the pound dollar on the 1-hour, but on the 1-hour, this was your break of structure high over here. So that means that, yeah, pretty much this over here is of course your low. So yeah, this is pretty much like a 618 / your 4-hour area of demand. Again, this is your supply zone, so it still has room to move slightly higher from there. Start looking for a sell-off. So yeah, you could start looking on the 15-minute whatsoever for that potential sell-off. Kind of starting to squeeze in towards the highs. So let's keep our eyes out for potential pullback, because yeah, the market should start to pull back in the near future. But yeah, keep an eye on the dollar index, because if the dollar index then hits demand, that is kind of like the perfect timing that you want to see pound dollar, and euro dollar start to pull back. So that's pound dollar. Kiwi dollar, not interested in it. Gold, of course. So gold, yeah, has been kind of like chopping around as of lately. Nothing really to update in regards to yesterday. I'm just still waiting for one more push below this low, and then a potential long in towards the upside to trade gold back up in towards that 2000 region. So yeah, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day. If you have any questions, just join the Discord. Link is in the description down below. It's all free, sharing signals there. So yeah, wish you all a fantastic day. Thanks, guys.